टाइटैनिक की घटना के तकरीबन 100 साल बाद एक और लग्जरी ओशन लाइनर उसी डगर पे चल पड़ी है और वो डगर है डिजास्टर की।
And I was just like, I'm gonna die. I was like, Joe, you're not coming out of this one.
Looking behind us, the ship was coming down behind us.
People were ringing home and telling their loved ones that they loved them in case they weren't going to be seeing them again.
आज के शो में हम चर्चा करेंगे कि क्या घटित हुआ उस लग्जरी ओशन लाइनर कोस्टा कनकॉर्डिया पे। आज हम देखेंगे कि किस तरह गलतियां घटी और 21वीं शताब्दी में भी एक ऐसी ही दुर्घटना घटी।
Everyone was saying, oh my god, what's going on? I was like, I have no idea what's going on. The mothers were chucking their babies at my boyfriend. He had like 3 babies in his arm and he doesn't know where to put them.
I literally felt exactly like the Titanic. What you see on the film Titanic, that's what I was relating it to.
नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूँ आपका दोस्त, आपका होस्ट भामरी, लेकर के आया हूँ एक नया एपिसोड आपके फेवरेट शो दुर्घटनाएं डिजास्टर्स का। एक ऐसा शो जिसमें हम चर्चा करते हैं इस धरती पे घटित अलग अलग समय में अलग अलग घटनाओं की। और ये शो आता है आपके फेवरेट इंटरनेट रेडियो स्टेशन रेडियो उड़ान पर, जो कि है अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ। और आज के शो में हम चर्चा करेंगे 13 जनवरी 2012 की एक घटना, द सिंकिंग ऑफ द कोस्टा कॉन्कॉर्डिया। रात के 8:40 शुक्रवार 13 जनवरी 2012। 4252 पैसेंजर्स और क्रू सवार हैं इस लग्जरी ओशन लाइनर पर। अपना डिनर एंजॉय करते हुए डेक 4 में रेस्टोरेंट रोमन में अपना 7वां क्रूज पे सवार हैं रिटायर्ड टीचर्स डेरिक और विव एडिच।
Magnificent, it was beautiful. The architecture and the decor are just stunning, you know. Everywhere you go is a different type of room. But the atrium went up 8 or 9 stories.
There's a certain element of luxury to it.
वो लग्जरी क्रूज लाइनर कोस्टा कनकॉर्डिया जो है, इट इज वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट यूरोप्स क्रूज लाइनर्स, जिसमें स्थित हैं 1500 केबिन, 4 स्विमिंग पूल, 5 रेस्टोरेंट, 13 बार, 1 कसीनो और साथ में वर्ल्ड्स लार्जेस्ट ऑनबोर्ड लग्जरी स्पास। इस जहाज पे सवार हैं उन पैसेंजर्स के बीच 35 ब्रिटिशर्स भी। और इन सब पैसेंजर्स को एंटरटेन करने के लिए एक यंग डांसर्स का ग्रुप है और उनमें से हैं 20 वर्षीय क्रिस्टी चस्टनट, जो कि परफॉर्म कर रही हैं पिछले 4 महीनों से। और ये जो डांसर्स का ग्रुप है, ये है फ्रॉम यूके, यूनाइटेड किंगडम।
We had 2 shows, Time and Celebration, and we do them twice a night.
ये जो डांसर्स हैं इनके केबिन एक दूसरे के साथ हैं on the lower decks. Life on this luxury cruise liner is home away from home.
We had bunk beds in our cabin. All the way down the corridor, we had dancers and technicians as well. So it was everyone that worked together, stayed together.
उनके साथी डांसर जो स्ट्रिबली, उनको थोड़ा डर था शुरुआत में, लेकिन उनका एक सपना था कि शिप के ऊपर वो काम करें, तो अब वो शुरुआती डर को भुला के अब यहाँ पे सेटल हो रहे हैं इस शिप के ऊपर.
Well, I'm petrified of the sea. If I go into the sea, as soon as my feet can't touch the floor, that's it. I have to get out. That's always like my worst fear, to be stuck out at sea or like drowning.
ये जहाज जो है वो चला है जीवी टवेकिया, जो कि रोम इटली के पास है, और वहां से चला है वो 7 दिन का क्रूज है अराउंड द मेडिटेरेनियन.
Guten Abend und willkommen an Bord der Costa Concordia.
In command of this 13-storied superstructure is Francesco Schettino. 51 वर्षीय कप्तान जो थे, one of the youngest थे, sailing in the Costa line, जो कंपनी जिनकी ये शिप्स थी, कोस्टा, कॉन्कॉर्डिया और उसकी बाकी बहनें.
We'd sometimes see the captain on board and he'd walk past and we'd say hello to each other.
I saw the captain when I first came on board. He just seemed like quite a sociable, happy sort of man.
Some of the cast were quite close with the captain himself, and he brought us drinks. He actually offered the girls to wear some dresses for him on gala nights because of his friend's a designer.
रात के 9 बजे और कैप्टन जो है सब पैसेंजर्स के साथ घुल मिल रहे थे.
We were at dinner and I suddenly said, "Oh look, the captain's just come in," and he sat down with a lady to my right. So we left the dining room at 9 o'clock. They were still there.
जो इंटरनेशनल सेफ्टी रेगुलेशन है उसके मुताबिक पैसेंजर्स को पहले 24 घंटे में शिप बोर्ड करने के उनको इमरजेंसी ड्रिल एक बार उनके साथ होनी चाहिए. इसका ये मकसद होता है कि पैसेंजर्स जो है अपने स्टेशंस को आइडेंटिफाई कर पाएं कि अगर कोई इमरजेंसी हो तो उन्हें कहां पहुंचना है और कहां पे उनको लाइफ बोट्स मिलेंगी. जो कोस्टा कॉन्कोर्डिया थी उसकी लाइफ बोट्स शिप के दोनों साइड थी ऑन डेक 4.
Every 2 weeks we'd have a boat drill, which is where we'd practice getting to our master stations, practicing our roll call.
I was always like, it's all well and good doing these drills, and I was like, but in a real emergency, we don't know how we're going to act. No one does.
अगली शेड्यूल्ड ड्रिल जो है वो है 14 जनवरी को. इसका मतलब है जिन पैसेंजर्स ने जहाज बोर्ड किया है ऑन द लास्ट बोर्ड, उनको इस बारे में कोई नॉलेज नहीं है कि अगर कोई इमरजेंसी सिचुएशन खड़ी हो जाए तो उनको क्या करना है और कहां पहुंचना है, कहां पे उनका मास्टर स्टेशन है. रात के 9:40 डिनर के बाद कैप्टन जो है वापस अपने ब्रिज पे आ गए हैं और शिप जो है नॉर्थ वेस्ट कोर्स पे चल रही है बिटवीन द मेनलैंड एंड द आइलैंड ऑफ जीलिया 10 माइल्स ऑफशोर. शिप जो है इस चैनल के ठीक बीचों बीच चल रहा है क्योंकि यहाँ पे जो है पानी सबसे गहरा है, लेकिन जैसे ही वो जीलिया के करीब पहुंचता है, शिप जो है थोड़ा ऑफ कोर्स हो जाता है और थोड़ा अपनी डायरेक्शन चेंज कर देता है, और इस मनूवर को कहते हैं सेल बाय या सल्यूट। थोड़ा सल्यूट देने के लिए थोड़ा जीलियो की तरफ टर्न ऑफ कोर्स हो जाता है। और यही छोटा सा डिटोर है जो कि ले लेगा तकरीबन 17 लोगों की जान। शिप की जो पोर्ट साइड है वो टकराई कुछ पत्थरों से, जिसके बारे में कि कैप्टन बाद में कहेंगे कि वो उनके मैप पे थे ही नहीं।
I was just sort of relaxing. I was laying on my front and it went this way and I was really holding on tight. Then I could hear like around me like all glasses and bottles and that from everyone else's cabin just sort of falling, smashing, and then all my doors were opening and I was like, what is going on?
There was a bump, a crash and a bang and a scraping noise. The ship juddered and my chair just went about 4 feet that way. And Viv and the chap next to her were hanging onto the table.
और जैसे ही इम्पैक्ट हुआ पत्थर से, एक पैसेंजर जो कि डाइनिंग रूम में थे, उन्होंने वीडियो फिल्मिंग करनी शुरू कर दी। इस सारे कियोस जो शुरुआत हुई डाइनिंग रूम से।
Me and my friend looked at each other and we said, that doesn't feel right. And we could see all the cabin stewards' trolleys all falling over and they were running after them.
I grabbed the ball, grabbed the seat, and I was like, okay, something's seriously wrong. And then we'd reached such a tilt and then the vibrations just sent me out into the floor.
And I was like panicking. I was going, what is going on?
उस लग्जरी ओशन लाइनर में एक छेद हो गया है उसकी साइड में, और उस जहाज पे सवार है 4000 से ज्यादा लोग। ये एक ऐसा क्षण है जिसके बारे में कैप्टन्स भी डरते हैं।
That when you get that awful sinking feeling in your heart that something dreadful has happened, and now you've got to start trying to make the best of a recovery.
अब शिप पे हर एक बंदे ने अपने अलग तरीके से रिएक्ट किया, और उनकी जो पोजीशन है शिप पे वो अब डिटरमाइन करेगी कि वो आगे बच पाएंगे या नहीं। डेक 3 पे हैं डांसर क्रिस्टी।
First of all, we went on a tilt, and normally on a rocky night that'd be normal, we'd just go back the other way, but this time it stayed there and it made a bumping like doo 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 noise, and we kind of looked at each other and we were like, oh, that was a bit weird. We were told to just stay because until we get an order from the captain, we're not meant to do anything.
जो को भी ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ ना कुछ तो बहुत बुरा होने वाला है।
I rang my mum and I was like bawling my eyes out on the phone. I was just like, Mum, something's going wrong. And I was like panicking, shouting, straight down the phone like Mum, I'm in the middle of the sea. And she was like, okay, calm down.
जो रिटायर्ड टीचर्स हैं डेरेक और विव, वो रेस्टोरेंट में ही रुक गए हैं।
We were just sort of sitting there waiting for
in
something
limbo.
to happen.
We hadn't been told to get life jackets, and we sat calmly together with our 2 American friends and just sat on the couch.
इम्पैक्ट के 10 मिनट के बाद total blackout on the ship.
On behalf of the captain, to inform you that due to an electrical fault which is currently under control, we're currently in a blackout. Our technicians are working to resolve the situation and will inform you of developments as they occur. Thank you for your attention.
They were telling us that it would be okay, so my friends got their laptops and we were all sat in the corridor watching films and waiting for the time when they said, oh, it's all okay, you can head back to your cabins. So we were unaware completely.
कोलिजन के 15 मिनट बाद कैप्टन स्केटिनो जो हैं शिप के मालिकों को रेडियो करते हैं कि कुछ ना कुछ जहाज में प्रॉब्लम है। दूसरी तरफ जहाज जो है अपना आगे की तरफ बढ़ रहा है, जबकि उसका क्रू जो है ये डिटरमाइन करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि क्या डैमेज हुआ उस कोलिजन के बाद। जो कोलिजन हुआ था पत्थर से, उसके बाद एक 50 मीटर का गैश खुल गया है ऑन द पोर्ट साइड ऑफ द शिप। जो मॉडर्न क्रूज लाइनर्स होते हैं उनके लोअर डेक्स जो होते हैं दे आर डिवाइडेड इनटू 7 वाटर टाइट कंपार्टमेंट्स, और अगर शिप के 2 वाटर टाइट कंपार्टमेंट्स भी ब्रीच हो जाते हैं नॉर्मल सर्कमस्टेंसेस में, तो भी शिप जो है डूबेगा नहीं, इट विल रिमेन अफ्लोट। लेकिन कोस्टा कॉन्कॉर्डिया के मामले में माना जा रहा था कि उसके 3 कंपार्टमेंट ब्रीच हो गए हैं और कॉन्कॉर्डिया का जो है इंजन रूम भी ब्रीच हो गया है।
The way I read the situation was they thought this is quite serious, turned round and started to come back in towards the land again in order to minimise the amount of distance between the shore and the ship in order to effect a more realistic rescue.
रात के 10 बजे the Concordia turns around and heads for land.
Very soon after hitting the rocks, it would have been prudent for the captain to start the assembly process. Every second can literally make the difference between life and death.
Passengers को आने वाली emergency के बारे में बिल्कुल भी information नहीं दी जाती।
If you felt you had been holed and it was a fairly large hole, you would be thinking very quickly about sounding general alarm signals because you would want to get the passengers to their emergency station sooner rather than later.
शिप पे एक हनीमून कपल भी है जो कि हैं इयन और जेनिस डोनॉफ, जिनका की केबिन है डेक 6 पे, और they are now concerned as the ship has started to tilt.
We saw people going down the stairs with their life jackets on because all the lifts weren't working. And so we thought, get our life jackets out from where we knew they were stored and decide what to do.
मील दूर ऑन द इटालियन मेनलैंड कोस्ट गार्ड को भी इस इमरजेंसी की इंफॉर्मेशन मिल रही थी, लेकिन कैप्टन द्वारा नहीं मिल रही थी। दोस्तों, कैप्टन वाज नॉट गिविंग इंफॉर्मेशन रिगार्डिंग दिस इमरजेंसी टू द कोस्ट गार्ड्स। जो जहाज पे पैसेंजर्स सवार थे वो कोस्ट गार्ड्स को नोटिफाई कर रहे थे।
We received news of an emergency situation on the ship from the passengers themselves. They were worried because there had been a blackout, and so they started to call family and friends, as well as the police. We immediately passed this information over to the Livorno Coast Guard.
डेक 4 पे कितने ही सौयों पैसेंजर्स इकट्ठा होना शुरू हो गए थे।
dirlo a nome del nostro comandante. Le chiediamo gentilmente di tornare alla vostra cabina o se desiderate essere in giro per il salone. Una volta che noi abbiamo finito di sistemare il problema che abbiamo, il problema elettrico del generatore, tutto sarà calma. Per quello che abbiamo questa luce d'emergenza, è tutto sotto controllo. Va bene? Se desiderate rimanere qui in piedi va bene pure, ma io vi chiedo gentilmente di andare in camera e stare tranquilli seduti.
Lekin the situation was far from control.
When you give people false information or you tell people, you hold back key information, that's what can lead to confusion, and that's what can lead to complacency in the passengers as well.
As the Concordia nears the land, one thing is clear: the ship is too big for its harbor.
Buonasera Costa Concordia, cortesemente avete dei problemi a bordo voi? Sì, affermativo, abbiamo un blackout a bordo e stiamo verificando le condizioni. Hanno ricevuto una telefonata di un parente di un marittimo che diceva durante il pranzo gli è cascato tutto in testa. No, negativo, abbiamo un blackout e stiamo verificando le condizioni a bordo. Affermativo, stand by sul 16, vi teniamo informati.
We contacted the captain of the ship. His answer was, there is a blackout on board, but the situation is under control.
कोस्ट गार्ड ने कनकोडिया को भी कांटेक्ट किया गया, लेकिन इंफॉर्मेशन उनको दी गई कैप्टन द्वारा कि शिप पे सिर्फ ब्लैक आउट है, लेकिन जो सिचुएशन है इट इज अंडर कंट्रोल। अब तक जो है कनकोडिया पोर्ट साइड की तरफ झुकने लगी थी, और वो भी तकरीबन 20 डिग्री के एंगल पर। फाइनली कैप्टन ने शिप पे जनरल इमरजेंसी अनाउंस करी।
And I was like, I don't believe it. I was like, it's general emergency. And I was like, this isn't a drill.
We all ran to our cabins. We had to get pens. It's the least worries, but we're all going, we need a pen, because at our master stations, as dancers, we have a duty to do roll call for the crew.
पैसेंजर्स को अब उस डेक पे इकट्ठा होना है जहां पे की लाइफ बोट्स है, लेकिन सारे पैसेंजर्स ने तो ये इमरजेंसी ड्रिल अंडरगो ही नहीं करी।
We're just rushing around, everyone's saying, oh my god, what's going on? I was like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I can just remember seeing like the crew members' faces like all shocked, because no one expected it. It's not like, yeah, everyone was just so confused and everyone's faces were just so scared and like frightened.
सब लोग जो हैं डेक 4 पे इकट्ठा हो रहे हैं और इंस्ट्रक्शंस का वेट कर रहे हैं कि अब उन्हें इंस्ट्रक्ट कोई करे कि क्या करना है।
He was like, Amelia, it's really bad, like we're going to have to abandon the boat, it's flooding with water. And then that's when I got really quite scared. But obviously the passengers had no idea what was going on at the time.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The situation is under control. Please remain calm. But at this time, to your master station. They're located outside on deck 4. Please remain calm. The situation is under control.
डांसर रोज जो है वो एक क्रू मेंबर से मिलती हैं जो कि उनको बहुत ही अलार्मिंग न्यूज देता है regarding the Costa Concordia.
He had been in the engine room and he told me that the tower had gone along 3 compartments, and he had looked at the hole which was flooding the engine room, and he said he'd waited there until the water had reached his waist. But all the engineers and the plumbers and technicians looked at each other at this point, and they all agreed that there was nothing they could do at this point, that Deck 0 had flooded. This means that the ship is sinking.
My master station is the other side of the ship from my cabin. So I had a good 20-minute walk. I had to try and make my way through the crowd, and it was so slippery on the floor that my shoes just kept going from under me, and I was slipping over, and everyone was picking me back up, and I was like, it's going to be okay, to all the passengers. I mean, I was terrified.
Passengers को इस बात का पता नहीं है, लेकिन the ship is going to hit land soon for the second time. The 300-meter cruise ship comes to rest on an underwater rock shelf. और इस बार कांटेक्ट होने के एकदम बाद she starts to tilt violently towards the starboard. रात के 10:58 हो गए हैं और तब आता है ऐसा अनाउंसमेंट जो कि कोई भी जहाज पे सवार पैसेंजर या क्रू नहीं सुनना चाहता, और वो था अनाउंसमेंट टू अबैंडन द शिप, जहाज छोड़ने का अनाउंसमेंट.
We got an announcement to abandon ship, and that started to get folk really worried, and there was an immediate panic.
Il bambino qua piccolino!
Abandoning a ship can be quite a dangerous thing to do. Boarding lifeboats, getting passengers in lifeboats, lowering lifeboats, these are not things that are done lightly.
कोस्ट गार्ड्स जो है जल्दी से 2 रेस्क्यू हेलीकॉप्टर्स कॉन्कॉर्डिया की तरफ भेजते हैं, लेकिन उनका टाइम ऑफ अराइवल है तकरीबन 50 मिनट लगेंगे उनको यहाँ पहुँचने में. और कॉन्कॉर्डिया पे जो पावर लॉस हो गई है वो भी इट एड्स ऑन टू द टेरर अमंग द पैसेंजर्स.
Everyone was like panicking. When there was a blackout, screams, everyone just screaming. It's just like literally felt exactly like the Titanic, or what you see on the film Titanic. That's what I was relating it to.
Panic took place when they opened the Getty lifeboats. Meanwhile, the tilting got worse in the opposite direction. So on our side, which was the side which was up out of the water, the angle was getting quite acute.
कितने ही लोग जो थे लाइफ बोट पे सवार हो रहे थे.
People were just trying to push and shove, like the mothers were chucking their babies at my boyfriend. He had like 3 babies in his arm and he doesn't know where to put them.
और अमीलिया की जो लाइफ बोट है वो बच के निकल जाती है, goes through safe water.
We looked behind us and like all the water had flooded and all the cabins had gone down in the water. And we were like, oh my God, this is awful.
लेकिन अभी भी हजारों लोग हैं जो इस डूबते हुए जहाज पर ही सवार हैं. On the starboard side, डेरेक और वेव अपनी असाइंड लाइफ बोट्स तक तो पहुंच गए हैं, लेकिन वहां पहुंचने पे उनको मिलता है एक जबरदस्त शॉक.
They were stopping people getting in. You know, people crushed up against the rails and trying to get in. So we're full. And somehow somebody said to me, "Oh, try the other side." The other side is, I don't know, 50 meters across, maybe more. And we're now walking up a deck like
Quite
this.
Steep slope.
Quite a steep slope. Walking up to get to the other side.
और वहां से बड़ी मुश्किल से किसी तरह वो दोनों रिटायर्ड टीचर पहुंचते हैं on the opposite side of the Concordia.
But the same position was there. The lifeboats were full.
All full. No room here. You go along the length of the ship and no, they're all full.
Every single lifeboat had left. There were just bits of rope dangling. You think we've had an excellent life.
एक झुकता हुआ जहाज जो है वो मुश्किलें पैदा कर देता है लाइफ बोट्स को पानी में उतारने के लिए। अगर वो 20 डिग्री तक झुक जाता है जहाज एक साइड तो भी लाइफ बोट्स नीचे पानी में उतारी जा सकती हैं, लेकिन अगर 20 डिग्री से ज्यादा का झुकाव हो जाता है जहाज का तो फिर लाइफ बोट्स पानी में उतारना उस साइड से बहुत ही मुश्किल काम हो जाता है। जो नवविवाहित दंपति है इयन और जेनिस, उनको एक लाइफ बोट मिल गई है on the raised port side of the ship.
Everybody was scrambling to get onto a lifeboat. We managed to get on. They tried to get us away. They couldn't. They tried using oars to physically push the lifeboat away from the side of the ship, and it wasn't possible.
Kirsty watches the evacuation in horror. सुनिए वो क्या बयान करती है।
They were coming down, and because we were on such a lean, they were just swinging in like this. And when they were still coming down, and everyone was going, "Put it back up, put it back up," and then it would hit the side of the balcony. Bearing in mind, there's people in there, and the screams and the noise of the banging was just horrible. That will always stay. That was scarring.
And eventually they said, "You'll have to get off."
आखिरकार इयन और जेनिस को वापस इस डूबते जहाज पे ही आना पड़ा लाइफ बोट से उतर के।
The ship was tilting much more. As I got off, I couldn't walk straight.
That's when I heard this creaking sound, and, you know, the ship was, turning over more. We didn't know what to do.
People were ringing home and telling their loved ones that they loved them in case they weren't going to be seeing them again. I did actually think at that point, it's like Titanic. But I thought it's not like being in a film. This is real life.
एक डांसर जेम्स थॉमस जो कि अब तक जो है सब यात्रियों की सहायता कर रहे थे कि उनको लाइफ बोट तक पहुंचाया जाए, आखिरकार वो खुद भी एक लाइफ बोट पे सवार होते हैं।
When I finally got into the lifeboat, I looked back at the ship and I had this overwhelming feeling of that was my home for 5 months, and like everything was on there. My life was, to watch it slowly going down into oblivion. It's heartbreaking.
डेक 4 पे क्रस्टी और जो भी कोशिश कर रहे हैं अपने क्रू लाइफ राफ्ट तक पहुंचने की, लेकिन जो जहाज है वो समुद्र में और टिल्ट होता जा रहा है, जिससे उनको अपने क्रू लाइफ राफ्ट तक पहुंचने में ही बहुत मुश्किल हो रही है।
I remember one of the guys who said, "Oh look, the moon," and we were watching it because the ship was coming up to the moon, and he was like, "Look, it's disappearing." The moon was just going under the ship. The stairwell just to the right started filling up with water, bearing in mind this is deck 3. All I could think to myself was, that water is so blue. I was just watching it fill up thinking, wow, it's pretty.
It was just getting lower and lower, and I was just like, okay. I was like, alright, yeah, I'm going to die. I was like, I'm going to die.
And I just think, we're sinking, this is it.
रात के 11:30 बजे 2 कोस्ट गार्ड्स के 2 रेस्क्यू हेलीकॉप्टर जो हैं जीलिया द्वीप की तरफ करीब पहुंच गए हैं और वो ढूंढने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कोस्टा कंकोडिया जहाज को।
Vai a sinistra, sinistra. Vai, vai. Vai, 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 vai. Vai, 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 vai. Guarda un po' quali cos'è? Alberto! No, non era quella, scusa. Più grossa ancora.
At first, we were clearly expecting to find a ship skewed by a couple of degrees, still sailing and with lights on. But as we approached, we couldn't see anything.
Sarà qua dietro, perché...
Sarà da dietro, sì.
È questa!
Guarda dov'è?
Eccola qui!
Picchia affondata!
Porco cane!
कंकोर्डिया के अंदर अभी भी 100 लोग रह गए हैं जो कि बाहर निकलने का रास्ता ढूंढ रहे हैं, लेकिन उनके लिए there are no workable lifeboats which are left.
People slipping over everywhere. It was mad. Like, it was horrible.
कोई भी coordinated evacuation के निशान या चिन्ह शिप पे दिखाई नहीं दे रहे हैं.
The worst situation that could happen for the passengers on board is if they lose confidence in the very people that are supposed to be managing the entire evacuation process. The people that are managing the evacuation process need to be seen and perceived to be in control, to have information at their disposal that's going to help the passengers.
जहाज अब बहुत झुकने लगा है towards its starboard side.
I was saying, please, 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 please. I was saying, I'm not ready to die.
Dancers, जो और trustee जो हैं, who are located at the rear end of the ship, सिर्फ यही देख रहे हैं, पानी भरता हुआ उनके आसपास. और उन दोनों ने डिसाइड किया कि अब सिर्फ एक ही तरीका है बचने का, वो था पानी में कूदना. और दोनों बस पानी में कूद गए.
I was quite high up on the ship, and that was level with water, and I was just like, I just remember watching it. It's heartbreaking. Like, everyone's looking at each other, going, "Take care." Like, "I love you. Take care." And I was just like, "I'm gonna die." My biggest fear ever of dying. And I was like, "That's how I had to go." And I was just like, "I'll give it a go," but I was like, "Joe, you're not coming out of this one."
We all just then looked at each other and we thought, this is going to be it.
And I just jumped in and I just went like mad, swimming.
I watched him jump and then I just followed him afterwards. We didn't even think about it, just ran and jumped.
It was absolutely freezing, but that was the last thing on my mind. Didn't go through my mind. I was just like, what could be under the water? Like, obviously I'm so petrified of the sea, but I was just literally swimming. I was just like, that's what I mean. I was just like, if I die, I die. I was preparing myself for it, and I was waiting for it to happen.
And then the swim was so much hard work, and I had my phone and my purse in my hand, clinging onto them. I don't want to lose these.
People were shouting, "Do not look back!" And then I was so knackered, I had to go onto my back and swim. And all you can see is just these lights, like they're noise. You know that typical, like from the Titanic, the typical deep echo noise, and of all the metal like breaking off, like so that noise will not leave. It's just like.
उनको तकरीबन 20 मिनट लगे उस द्वीप के किनारे पहुंचने में.
I started to climb up, but I slipped. And I was thinking, I'm not going back in that water, no way. And I tried to pull myself up. And there was a local villager who'd come down, and she was stood there waiting to drag people up, and she grabbed my hand and pulled me up.
Retired couple Derek और Viv Edge, वो भी जहाज के starboard side है, और वहाँ से सारी lifeboats जा चुकी हैं.
The water is lapping now onto deck 3 because of the tilt of the boat. That focuses the mind somewhat. And then, to our great amazement and delight, the lifeboat returned.
और लाइफ बोट्स में चढ़ने की होड़ में वो दोनों एक दूसरे से बिछड़ जाते थे।
I slipped over and Viv was several metres ahead and then I couldn't see her. And that was the most frightening thing, I think, because I thought, well, where's she gone now? Has she slipped over? I did not know if it was in this lifeboat or perhaps in another one alongside or whether she'd slipped into the water. You know, I don't normally allow her out on her own.
I was right down out of the way and I thought, I wonder where Derek is. I hope he's on this boat. I wonder where he is. And then the voice said, Viv! As he does. And I turned round and there he was.
I managed to see her right down in the back of the boat and just spotted her white hair. It was absolutely heaving. But fair enough, we were going to be safe.
Port side पे on the prow of the ship, dancer Rose जो है वो जहाज के सबसे ऊंचे पॉइंट पे चढ़ गई है।
There was one point where there were windows and I was climbing down free-handed just with my fingertips, with my whole body weight, and you know, I had to. The drop below would have instantly been my end. So I was manoeuvring myself to a position where I could be rescued from. We were waiting and we could hear helicopters, but then it became apparent to us that they couldn't find us, and it was a very, very long time, at least more than an hour, that they were scouring, and I could see them shining their light on life jackets that were floating in the water.
My colleagues noticed that there were two lights, two strobes near the bow close to the command bridge. In fact, we found two people who were trapped underneath the command bridge with no way out. Between the two helicopter commanders, it was decided that I would be the one to go down.
So the guy came down and I took my life jacket off and he looped under my arms.
In order to winch her off, I put this special harness, which we call a horse collar, under her armpits and round her back. Then I secured it around her.
And I was winched up into the helicopter. There was one point when I looked down, but I realised how free I was. If I'd have lifted my arms up, I would have dropped. And I was literally holding onto this man with my own arms, and he had his legs wrapped around me, and that was what was holding me at this great height above this sinking ship.
सुबह के 1:46 हो गए हैं। 1:46 a.m. in the morning. 4 घंटे बीत चुके हैं जबकि कॉन्कॉर्डिया ने पहली बार पत्थरों से टक्कर करी थी, और अभी भी कितने ही सौयों लोग इस डूबते जहाज पे रह गए हैं। दूसरी तरफ 80 मील दूर उत्तर के लेवोनो में कोस्ट गार्ड जो है कैप्टन स्केटिनो को एक रेडियो कॉल करते हैं, और कैप्टन स्केटिनो जो है वो ब्रिज पे नहीं है। वो कहाँ है दोस्तों? वो है एक लाइफ बोट पे।
Senta, io sono De Falco da Livorno, parlo col comandante?
Sì, buonasera, comandante Falco.
Mi dica il suo nome, per favore.
Il comandante Schettino, comandante.
Schettino?
Sì.
Ascolti, Schettino. Ci sono persone intrappolate a bordo. Adesso lei va con la sua scialuppa sotto la prua della nave, lato dritto. C'è una biscaggina. Lei sale su quella biscaggina e va a bordo della nave. Va a bordo della nave e mi viene a dire, mi riporta quante persone ci sono. Le è chiaro? Io sto registrando questa comunicazione, comandante Schettino.
Allora, comandante, le dico una cosa.
Parli a voce alta.
Allora, la nave adesso, io sono qua di fronte...
Comandante, parli a voce più alta, metta la mano davanti al microfono e parla a voce alta. Chiaro?
Con la scialuppa, fallo venire un attimo, fallo venire qua. Comandante, allora, in questo momento la
nave è inclinata.
Ho capito. C'è gente, ascolti, c'è gente che sta scendendo dalla biscaggina di prua. Lei quella biscaggina la percorre in senso inverso, sale sulla nave e mi dice quante persone e che cosa hanno a bordo, chiaro? Mi dice se ci sono bambini, donne o persone bisognose di assistenza e me ne dice il numero di ciascuna di queste categorie. È chiaro? Guardi Schettino che lei si è salvato forse dal mare, ma io la porto veramente molto male, faccio passare l'anima dei guai. Vado a bordo.
In all my time at sea, I've never heard a captain in a way been spoken to in that manner. But I think the guy from the Coast Guard realised that perhaps the captain was near breaking point, the strain and stress of the whole situation, and therefore you have to speak to them in a very firm, very positive way to get them to respond.
Che sta facendo, comandante?
Sto qua per coordinare i soccorsi.
Che sta coordinando lì? Vada a bordo, mi coordini i soccorsi da bordo. Lei si rifiuta?
No, non mi sto rifiutando.
Lei si sta rifiutando di andare a bordo, comandante?
No, ci sto andando.
E mi dica qual è il motivo per cui non ci va.
Ci sto andando perché ci sta l'altra lancia che si è fermata.
Lei vada a bordo, è un ordine. Lei non deve fare altre valutazioni. Lei ha dichiarato l'abbandono nave. Adesso comando io. Lei vada a bordo. È chiaro?
Comandante.
Non mi sente?
Sto andando a bordo.
Vada. Mi chiami immediatamente da bordo. C'è il mio aerosoccorritore lì.
Dove sta il tuo soccorritore?
Il mio soccorritore sta a prua. Avanti. Ci sono già dei cadaveri, Schettino. Avanti.
Quanti cadaveri ci sono?
Non lo so. Uno l'ho sentito. Me lo devi dire lei quanti ce ne sono, Cristo.
No, ma ti rende conto che è buio e che qua non vediamo nulla?
E che vuole tornare a casa, Schettino? È buio, vuole tornare a casa? Salga sulla prua della nave tramite la biscaggina e mi dica cosa si può fare, quante persone ci sono e che bisogno hanno. Ora!
ऐसा कोई सबूत नहीं है कि कैप्टन ने वापस अपना जहाज पे सवार होने की कोशिश करी, लेकिन वो जो है एक होटल में चले गए और वहां से जाके उन्होंने एक इंटरव्यू दिया था, उसके थोड़े पार्ट सुनिए आप.
Si dice che il comandante sia l'ultimo a lasciare la nave. Com'è andata, comandante?
Siamo stati gli ultimi ad abbandonare la nave. Bisogna anche in un momento particolare avere il potere decisionale e capire con freddezza qual è l'alternativa migliore. Come infatti credo che quasi tutti sono stati tratti in salvo.
जहाज पे अभी भी कितने ही सौ पैसेंजर्स रह गए हैं और उनमें से है वो नवविवाहित दंपत्नी जेनिस और इयन डोनोफ.
People were pushing past us, hanging on for dear life. Ian said to me, if the ship goes down, we won't survive.
सुबह के 4:35 हो चुके हैं और कोस्टा कॉन्कॉर्डिया जो है पूरी तरह अब हॉरिजॉन्टल हो गई है और जेनिस और इयन दोनों इसमें अभी भी ट्रैप्ड है.
Somebody found an electrician's ladder and propped it up to what is the large viewing porthole that you have on the outer part of this corridor. But that was virtually like on your ceiling, many feet above. And if somebody hadn't found that ladder, you know, we wouldn't stand a chance.
By the time we got onto the hull, the rope ladder was already there and people were going down it.
We went about 5 stories high when we first start that journey. And it's amazing how people actually didn't slip or didn't fall. And that was absolutely unbelievable.
As you got to the bottom of the rope,
they basically hauled you in. They grabbed your legs and hauled you in.
Then the other to guide you the last few steps, and then they suddenly pulled and said, let go, and pulled you onto their dinghy.
सुबह होती ही एक अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलती है रेस्क्यू टीम्स को कि वो कोस्टा कॉन्कॉर्डिया में घुसें। ये सोच के कि कुछ लोग हो सकता है अभी भी जिंदा हो पैसेंजर्स या क्रू में से, तो नेवी डाइवर जो है वो नीचे गोता लगाना शुरू कर देते हैं पानी में टू चेक इन दी सबमर्ज्ड शिप।
You can imagine the chaos that we found inside. All sorts of objects strewn everywhere. This makes things very difficult. All the debris collects in the corners where you need to walk. We came across a lot of blood on board. We are looking for bodies. It isn't nice, but we are used to it. It's our job. Personally, when I found the body underwater, I think to myself that it's only sleeping.
जो जहाज के मालिक थे फ्रांसेस्को स्केटिनो, उनको गिरफ्तार कर लिया जाता है और जो मालिक थे वो भी कप्तान को ही ब्लेम करते हैं इन सब सिचुएशन के लिए।
In this particular case, the captain decided to change the route.
लेकिन जो फ्रांसेस्को के लॉयर्स होते हैं वो उल्टा इल्जाम लगाते हैं कंपनी पे, क्योंकि वो कहते हैं कि कंपनी ने कहा था ये कोर्स चेंज करने को, एज इट वाज अकॉर्डिंग टू द कंपनी अ पब्लिसिटी स्टंट कि वो उस आइलैंड को सल्यूट करे। जो ऑफिशियली इंक्वायरी होगी इस मामले में वो तो काफी टाइम लगाएगी अपने कंक्लूजन पे पहुंचने में, लेकिन कई अहम सवाल जो थे वो सबके दिमाग में थे।
The sequence of events would indicate that mistakes were made during the whole process. First was not following a proper passage plan.
अगर कैप्टन फ्रांसिस्को अपने ओरिजिनल कोर्स पे रहते तो शिप जो है इन शैलो वाटर्स में पत्थरों से नहीं टकराती। लाइफ बोट्स इस जहाज पे उतनी थी जितने की पैसेंजर्स सवार थे इस जहाज पे, लेकिन जो जहाज का झुकाव था उसने कितनी लाइफ बोट्स को बना दिया था अनयूजेबल।
That concept where the lifeboat is lowered down into the water we've really had that concept for really over 100 years. Lifeboats have got bigger, they have greater capacities, they're more robust, but I really think it needs some out-of-the-box thinking to try and find another way, another means of getting people safely off.
शिप के डिजाइन पर भी सवाल उठने लगे थे।
I find it very frustrating when people in command and control of these emergency situations have the view that giving information to the passengers may panic them. All the research that's been done in the last 20 years has shown that providing people in emergency situations with the truth and with sufficient information is really essential.
और दूसरा जो रूल है कि क्रू को 24 घंटे दिए जाते हैं कि वो पैसेंजर्स के साथ इमरजेंसी ड्रिल कंडक्ट करें, इस बात पे भी सवालिया निशान उठने शुरू हो गए थे।
The assembly drill needs to be done before the ship leaves port. It's almost a no-brainer. This really needs to be done. Having people running around on board a ship in an emergency situation without having done the drill is a recipe for disaster.
जिन लोगों की जानें गई थी इस हादसे में वो थे 33 इन नंबर। 33 लोगों की जान गई थी इस हादसे में और अभी भी सवाल कई उठ रहे थे जिनको कि वक्त लगेगा उनके जवाब आने में।
I just want to get the wheels back on the floor. I just want to land, get back in England and never leave it.
I've been trying to find out if everyone's okay and if anyone's injured or missing. And unfortunately, one fellow musician, a member of entertainment, he's still missing. and one fellow, a violinist, Hungarian, also fellow member of entertainment, has been announced as dead.
I just want to sort of just get back to my normal life and get back into a routine, and hopefully I'll be able to like be fine and have a normal life without getting emotional all the time. It's just scary. You just think like life's too short. You've just got to do everything you possibly can in life that you want to do. It can just get taken away.
So new Shameless later tonight, and it's debt collection with a difference for Mickey when a lady starts her labour at 10. Next though, a mum of 13 kids the press have dubbed Britain's most prolific single mother.
So दोस्तों, इसी के साथ खत्म होता है आज का हमारा एपिसोड दुर्घटनाएं, डिजास्टर्स का। और ये शो चल रहा था आपके फेवरेट इंटरनेट रेडियो स्टेशन रेडियो उड़ान पे, जो कि है अ फ्लाइट ऑफ लाइफ। और आज के शो में हमने चर्चा करी 13 जनवरी 2012 को घटित एक घटना, द सिंकिंग ऑफ द कोस्टा कनकोर्डिया। अगर आपको मेरे शो के रिगार्ड्स कोई फीडबैक देना हो तो आप मुझे मेल सेंड कर सकते हैं। मेरी मेल आईडी है bhamri.r@gmail.com, यानी कि bhamri.r@gmail.com। तो दीजिए इजाजत मुझे, यानी कि आपके दोस्त, आपके होस्ट भामरी को समेटने की आज का शो। मिलूंगा मैं आपसे अगले हफ्ते ठीक इसी दिन, ठीक इसी समय और ठीक इसी इंटरनेट रेडियो स्टेशन रेडियो उड़ान पर, और करेंगे अब चर्चा हम एक और नई दुर्घटना की। तो नमस्कार, शुभ रात्रि, शब बखैर, गुड नाइट, गॉड ब्लेस।